What's up, everybody? Ron Placone here, reporting for Status Coup. Now, something you know about me, I report a lot on digital rights issues and policies going on in the digital space. Now, why do I do that? I'm going to explain it to you in 5 minutes or less. First of all, the digital world is one in which I dwell. But second of all, going bigger picture, without a proper communication vehicle, which in today's day and age is the internet, without that, we're really screwed. How would we get accurate information about climate change, about issues of war and peace, about any independent news whatsoever? We need the internet, and it's fragile, and we could lose it. It is possible. So I cover a lot of the bills that happen in this space. And our internet policies are written by two types of people who don't understand the internet and people who can't handle the internet, i.e., the Marjorie Taylor Greens of government. So a lot of times we get these policies. It's worded as something good. Hey, this is all about protecting children. Then you read into it and you say, oh no, this actually does really terrible things. It blows a hole in our data privacy, or it gives overreaching authority to government bureaucrats or corporate bureaucrats, or it completely is a huge security risk. The list goes on. And we cover these policies, and you might be wondering, Ron, isn't there one place where I could just see a decent summary of all the dystopian pieces of legislation that could crush the internet as we know it? Well, yes, now such a resource exists. Check this out, y'all. Badinternetbills.com. This is a new effort from Fight for the Future, which, full disclaimer, I collaborate with, where they summarize all of the horrible dystopian bills that are out there, and you can say no to all of them in one place now. Go to badinternetbills.com. So here's some of the bills that they talk about. The Earn It Act, which you've heard me talk about that. It undermines end-to-end encryption, making everyone less safe. Yes, the Earn It Act would blow a hole in all of our messages and make all of them susceptible for scanning, which basically means the end of end-to-end encryption, which would be bad for everybody on the internet. KOSA harms kids and teens access to life-saving LGBTQ resources and sex education. Yes, the Kids Online Safety Act is anything but. What it really does is it allows government bureaucrats to dictate what information kids can and can't receive online. Here's something from the Heritage Foundation where they say the quiet part out loud, as a matter of fact. So this is from the Heritage Foundation. This is recent. This is in response to the Heritage Foundation openly states that they'll use bills purporting to protect kids to instead attack trans content, saying it's posing a risk of social contagion. This is super concerning, especially given that the bills have bipartisan support. We need to speak up. The Heritage Foundation confirms this. Yes, we do. Keeping trans content away from children is protecting kids. No child should be conditioned to think that permanently damaging their healthy bodies to try to become something they can never be is even remotely a good idea. So basically, this is the Heritage Foundation saying, we don't think trans people should exist, and we want to stop transgender children from getting any resources that might be able to help them, i.e. counseling, information services, support groups. That's the type of stuff they want to keep kids from getting access to. So they're just saying the quiet part out loud now. That's basically what they're doing. Let's go back to the main resource here. Let's see what's next on the list of hyper dystopia. The Restrict Act gives the president unprecedented power to police the internet. Yes, the Restrict Act, among other things, would roll back the Berman amendments, which would mean any given president, be it Joe Biden, Trump, DeSantis, whoever it might be next, it gives them the ability to dictate what we can and can't see that comes from any foreign entity, i.e. news. Just roll that around in your head for a second. Age-gating bills limit teenagers' online access and force everyone to give ID to use social media. If you had to give your ID every time you wanted to use social media, that is a security disaster waiting to frickin' happen. And Stop CSAM weakens end-to-end encryption and gives new surveillance powers to law enforcement. That goes terribly every time it is tried. So go to badinternetbills.com, your one-stop shop for all the dystopian hellscape bills our government is trying to ram through, and let your elected officials know that you don't want this stuff. That's badinternetbills.com. And y'all, you can catch me on the road. June 16th, Madison, Wisconsin. June 17th, Minneapolis. June 23rd, Detroit. June 28th, Bloomington, Indiana. June 29th, Chicago. Edinburgh, I'll be at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival August 16th through 27th. And October 21st, I'll be in San Pedro, California, doing a comedy series in my own neighborhood. Tickets and all information at ronplacone.com. And this is Ron Placone for Status Coup, signing out.